Here we are to the last lessons of the sailmaking course, where we will go through a recap of all the topics that were learned. In this course, I try to give a broad and exhaustive overview of all aspects of sailmaking, drawing as much as possible from my personal experience in various lofts around the world, and using as many photos and examples as possible. As I pointed out from the very beginning, I wanted this course to be a great starting tool for any aspiring sailmaker, but also a course accessible to people who are simply interested in learning more about sails and all the work that is done behind a finished sail. For whoever is intending to pursue a career in sailmaking, remember that practice and experience, together with a passion for sailing, are the best tools to improve your sailmaking skills. Okay, so let's go to make a recap of everything that we've seen during the course. We started with some history of sailmaking, a trade started thousands of years ago and that now became very technical and specialized, while keeping many features from these early days. Then we spent some lessons talking about sails in general, and in particular, we discussed about the types of sails and rigs. So we went through the classifications of yachts based on the number of masts, their sail orientation, and the shape of the sail. Then we talk of the geometry of sails, where we introduce many technical terms related to the sails themselves. Then we talk about the types of triangular sails, in which we focus on the Bermudian rig, and we went through the types of sails that we can have on a yacht. Here we also introduce some of the ways the sails are attached to the rig. Then we discuss about sail materials, and we show the materials that sails are made of, their properties, and showed some actual common sailcloth that is used in real life. Then we dedicated one lessons to the sail lofts and went through the main characteristics and equipment that we can have in a sail loft. So we talk about the floor space, which is the actual space where the sail are built, the sewing pit where we have the sewing machines, the plotter used to cut the materials, stock room and kit room to manage and organize our stock, and the storage spaces in some sail lofts. We also spent one lesson describing the sewing machines and their characteristics, because they are the primary tool for a sailmaker. At this point, it was time to start looking at the proper sailmaking, and we started off with talking about all the phases of a sail manufacturing. So it all starts with a production card where the details and finishing details are listed, and this is the primary document to follow during the sail production. Then the actual production of the sails take places in different phases. So we had the plotting and cutting of the material, the joining and sewing of the sail panels, the machining, where with this term I refer to adding the tapes, Boltrope, Leech lines, and so on, corner finishing, and finally the final checks of the sail. Finally, we went through all these production phases more in depth, as these are the day-by-day job of the sailmaker. So first we discussed on how the panels are joined and sewn together. And we discussed the fairing of the edges to match what has been designed, and then we discussed how patches and corner reinforcements are applied to the sail and the structural roll. Then we moved to the application of the Luff rope and Leech and foot line, and we moved our attention to all types of corner finishing of the sail, making our focus on the fact that the type of finishing should always depend on the type of attachment on the rig. And to conclude, we looked at the types of button finishing, and we looked through some of the last finishing details that go into a sail. My hope is that this course has left you with an increased interest for the world of sailmaking, whether this could be your future career or just an interest, and that you came out of this course with an increased knowledge of all the work and details that are thought when producing a sail. We'll be happy to reply any questions about the course in our virtual classroom and hopefully see you soon on some other courses here on Navalapp.